recent MIT study looked at 300 real enterprise AI projects, and the results were grim. 95% of them failed to produce any measurable impact on the bottom line. The issue wasn't that the models were bad. The models worked fine. The deployments failed because integrating a modern, off-the-shelf LLM into a company's messy, legacy infrastructure is incredibly difficult. To fix this specific bottleneck, the tech industry has created a highly specialized, highly compensated position, the forward-deployed engineer. Unlike a standard developer sitting at a corporate headquarters, an FDE physically embeds with a specific client. They act as the boots on the ground, building custom workflows directly on top of the customer's existing internal systems. In this environment, value is shifting away from model training toward the difficult work of implementation. The true winners in this arms race will be the companies capable of wrestling these massive models into actual messy production environments. This chart reveals the industry's desperation, showing an 800% spike in FDE job postings. Giants like OpenAI, Anthropic, and Databricks are copying Palantir's playbook. To attract this talent, base salaries start around $170,000, but total compensation can spike well past $1 million. With such high compensation, you have to weigh whether this role is a direct route to career acceleration or a grueling path to burnout that leaves your core technical skills behind. An FDE role offers the highest business leverage you can get in AI right now, but those massive compensation headlines hide a daily reality that is far more grueling than writing clean code in a quiet office. To understand what you're actually signing up for, let's break down the compensation structure. At the mid-level, you expect $170,000 to $230,000, and seniors clear up to $550,000. But when principal-level packages hit over $1 million, the bars tell a different story. The vast majority is highly speculative, non-cash startup equity. There's also a major structural catch with giants like OpenAI and Anthropic. They are increasingly hiring engineers into spin-off deployment companies. Your equity is likely in that secondary service company, not the core frontier lab. Taking an FDE role gives you access to the highest total compensation ceilings right now. The trade-off is substituting guaranteed liquid cash for equity that may never actually materialize. Chasing this maximum financial upside requires you to accept the risk profile of a startup founder, rather than the stability of a traditional employee. You might expect an AI engineering role to involve building cutting-edge neural architectures. In reality, your job is taking an existing LLM and forcing it into a client's messy environment. This pie chart shows how an FDE actually spends their week. You are looking at 25% core coding, 25% client handholding, and a massive 50% dedicated to integration and infrastructure plumbing. That plumbing consists of wiring modern APIs to legacy databases held together by duct tape. You will spend hours navigating corporate politics for access from hesitant security teams. This creates a hidden but very real career risk. When you spend your time configuring tools on someone else's platform, your core engineering skills can easily stagnate. As an FDE, your value to the market isn't building new AI. It's your ability to wrestle stubborn corporate infrastructure into submission to drive revenue. The physical environment is isolating. You will frequently be the sole technical expert dropped into a room full of non-technical executives at a client's headquarters. Then there are the logistics. Nearly 70% of FDE job postings require heavy, constant corporate travel. You're flying out to evaluate factory floors or air-gapped server rooms, and you are the one on call when production breaks at 2 a.m. Unlike a standard software engineering track, there is virtually zero structured mentorship here. You are not handed a clean spec sheet. It is an extreme sink-or-swim environment. But the upside of that chaos is leverage. Scoping out vague client requirements, managing incredibly difficult stakeholders, and owning a product entirely end-to-end builds highly lucrative skills very quickly. The grueling travel and total lack of support act as a high-pressure forge. You sacrifice a comfortable career track for a crash course in entrepreneurship. The forward-deployed engineer operates as a unique hybrid of a solutions architect, a back-end engineer, and a startup founder. This tree maps who should pursue this. Ideal candidates have 3 to 7 years experience, are bored by Jira tickets, and want entrepreneurial skills. But if you prefer deep architecture, structured mentorship, or despise travel, this role will make you miserable. Choosing the FDE path involves a highly specialized pivot, requiring you to trade engineering purity for maximum business leverage. If you are a junior developer with less than 2 years of experience, applying to these roles with a generic toy AI chatbot on your resume guarantees an instant rejection. To bypass the experience requirements, you have to simulate the messy reality of the job yourself. Build an end-to-end agentic workflow, but wire it up to a real-world, disorganized database like Postgres to prove you can handle the plumbing. Next, wrap that project in rigid evaluation metrics, deploy it on a cloud container using AWS or Google Cloud, and write comprehensive documentation detailing the business trade-offs you made during the build. Writing the code is the easiest part of the FDE interview. Proving that you have the judgment to survive the chaos of deployment is what actually gets you hired.